Hello, everybody. Even regardless of the uh, the low view platform that I got from my last speech, which it's kind of understandable, I guess. Um, I decided to try and open up my head and put it down on a bit of write it down, get it out the best I can. So I'm going to read it to you, and hopefully, it makes sense to you. Hopefully, it touches you. Hopefully, it gets to you. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, it may even change, some opinions. I'm not sure. It's, again, I'm not a university professor or anything as such, but this is from the heart and the mind, and I'll give it a go. Okay. Imagine, if you would, a people so shrouded with liberty their entire existence, succumbing to a world government with the worst intentions. Now imagine those very people turning on fellow citizens because they refuse to sit when ordered. Welcome to 2021, a time where common sense is replaced with fear. Fear propagated by a conglomerate of the nastiest, richest anti-humanists the world has ever seen. One would assume the above-mentioned people would rebel, if not for themselves, then for their children. Some do. Most, though, are coerced in the most insidious manner through elimination of employment, the inability for children to finish their high school certificates, if not inoculated with a vaccine with little real science behind it, and currently no way of knowing future side effects. All this in return for the freedom they already have a God-given right to. How is it, I ponder, the masses are so easily blinded? It begins with the intentional and incremental degradation of cultural identity through the use of minority past and present pain, all with the intent of division, not resolution, and ultimately the cringing of the soul. Pitting race against race, sexuality against sexuality, man against woman, and ultimately family against family. What a plot. This is cultural Marxism / postmodernism. Contradiction within itself. An entire generation infected with an ideological mind disease. Its origins are apparent. Once again, using our children to do their dirty work. Absolute shame on them. Have we learnt nothing? I don't want to go into the absolute abhorrent and tragic disasters of history. It's all there for us to see, and for whatever good that has done. I'm attempting to create an understanding of how I'm organising the insanity that surrounds me. I do believe at this point that the powers that be are in damage control. I say this due to the speed and demand and the direction of the rollout has taken. The persuasion of 18-year-olds to vaccinate otherwise healthy bodies with the promise of an introduction to famous people like Keith Urban and the likes. Allowing parents to drive them to the inoculation centre only to refuse parents entry while they inject their child. I can't describe how disturbing that is. Seriously. Where are all the men? Postmodernism has all but destroyed masculinity in young men. What an absolute deranged position that is to take. There isn't anything about postmodernism that isn't disgusting. Again, that's the point. The idea feelings replace facts is the virus of weakness. This leaves our younger generation vulnerable to the encroaching tyranny. Again, the whole idea. Safe spaces take the place of robust exchange. My God, that is a certain palliative situation for any society, and currently, unfortunately, ours. My prediction is the worst is yet to come. The mark of the beast is upon us. Now, whether or not you are religious makes no difference at this point. The anti-humanists in control are bringing that prophecy to life. Imagine, if you could, and again, if you could imagine, a place where your every move is monitored, every financial decision recorded, and a social credit score your new behavioural control system. Sounds like a good way to control a society and teach it to better behaviour, yeah? The biggest issue with that is, and there is many, who will be making the rules you'll be ordered to follow? I can assure you they are the very people who cunningly herded us into the current disaster we exist in today. These measures will only continue to expand with time, as time has proven. Let it be said, your best interests are at the bottom of the priority list under such a system. Your ability to produce, your ability for production, which creates more and more wealth for the top, is absolute priority for your new controllers. If you are the same as I and reject these implementations, I urge you to step out of the shadow of fear that they have cast upon you and join one another in an unwavering rejection of this anti-human regime. These people need to be held to account for their crimes against humanity and not allow a pass or a simple resignation. The crime has been committed. Now the punishment be handed down. The destruction of the world I love and the country I cherish beyond definition of description will not go without justice. I will end this with this. It is only ever a handful of brave and moral people who stand in opposition to tyranny. Let's change that and be a majority together that stands against it. Let's lead each other out of the darkness and return to our rightful place in the light of liberty. Now, I hope that makes sense, and I hope, that I'm wrong, but I have a really deep-seated feeling in my stomach and my heart and my mind that there is something very, very, very wrong happening. And, it's entirely up to you. I know they're forcing you, and I know they're holding your jobs, and they're doing this, and I know I don't know, I can empathize, but I can only imagine how that feels right now. Stay strong if you can, because the things they're putting into your body, it's going to make you more sick. Okay? Now, I'm probably going to get taken off for saying that, and as long as this reaches a few people, some people that can, take something from it, then I'm good with that. But I'd like a few comments if people find this, if you could. If you want to critique it, then that's fine, and if you want to give me some advice on how to write a bit better or something, then that's fine too, or just, give me your own spiel. But it's welcome, all of it. So in saying that, I'll leave you again, and hopefully things start to get better, and hopefully things, these people that are pushing this craziness, I hope that they, their conscience gets a grip on them, and they decide, that, well, we could potentially wipe out human beings, like that's a crazy prospect, that's it kind of defies comprehension, doesn't it? And that's why I think it's so hard for people to grasp, because it's so big, and it's so overwhelming, and it's that if somebody, you tell somebody about even low sort of level things and the beginnings, and they just think you're crazy, and they trust the government. I mean, my God, like I said in my last upload, like, you're trusting the people that you should trust the least. Even a good government, you don't trust them, and some politician's lying when his lips are moving. I mean, that's not just a cliche, that is an absolute fact. Anyway, I will let you go, and all of you take care. Do your best not to succumb to this until I think that there's more evidence out there that this is a little less harmless than what's led to believe. So anyway, God bless and take care. Love yous.